This is Ron Mavic Brown back here with Ron Brown's YouTube channel. We got another video on the recently released DJI Mavic 3 video, the latest iteration of the Mavic series of drones from DJI. And today we're back here with a gigantic firmware update that was just released yesterday, December 9th, late in the day in the evening here in the US. We got a iOS app update to 1.5.4, which added the ability to download the new firmware, and that number's too long for me to remember, so I will put it down below. But that firmware adds a lot of features, including FocusTrack, Hyperlapse, some other things here. We're going to work through them all here on the video. We're going to go for a flight and do the little screen recording here, and show you everything it's doing here. So, Christmas has come early to the Mavic 3 here. This stuff, a lot of these features were not promised until January of 2022, but a lot of the features arrived early. So let's, get through and work some of these, work through some. All right, so we're at the location here, secret location here down by the beach where we do a lot of test flights. And, here's the Mavic 3 over here. And here we have the standard controller. We're going to use the iPad Mini 5 as our screen and our control device with the latest version of the Fly app on it. And we're going to take over from over here on our landing pad. Last time I flew just yesterday in the old software, and I got a precision landing. And one of the things was that precision landing was supposed to have been improved in this version of the software, so we will see. All right, folks, we've already checked out a few things. We made sure this is Class G airspace right here. We made sure there were no temporary flight restrictions today. There are none, so we're good to fly. The weather's good. We have very little wind here. Conditions are all good for flying. We have the Mavic 3. We have the gimbal slash propeller strap removed. People have a lot of nicknames for that things, but we're just gonna say what we said there. Some people report that that this gimbal, which is supposed to lock, comes loose, and there's some scratching on the side. Here's some scuffing. I haven't seen it yet, but a lot of people have reported it. So we're gonna get the legs unfurled. We're gonna unfurl these propellers here a little bit too. Okay, we got that. We got our memory card inserted in the back. We're going to test the battery. We got a full battery in there. We got a memory card in there. I made sure that these sensors, especially these fisheye sensors on the front and the rear, you want to clean them up with a little cleaning cloth before every flight, because you may have got some fingerprints on there that could affect the performance. So remember that. So we're going to get it on the pad here. You always want to make sure that you keep your drone, your stuff like your camera and your gimbal from getting sand, dirt, and debris in them. So these landing pads are really handy when you're in an environment like this or whatever. A lot of people launch, hand catch. That's good too. So okay, let me grab the controller here. We're gonna boot the controller up first. Short tap, long tap. Then we're gonna make sure we have it in normal mode to take off. We got our sticks installed. We have our, we're connected there to the tablet device. We're gonna fire up the Fly app here, and we're gonna start the drone up. Okay, one of the things about this drone is satellites come in slow on it, so we're going to see if there's any change on the satellites in this thing. But we're going to start the screen recording here before we get too carried away here. All right, we got our screen recording now going, so we're going to go back to the Fly app and see how we're doing with our satellites. It looks like we're still slow in getting satellites. We're at 9 satellites now, but it's typical that it takes a good couple minutes to even get up to 12 satellites. And usually by the time I actually get it up in the air and flying, I usually top out with about 19 or 20 satellites normally where I live here in at the Jersey Shore. So we're going to give it a couple minutes and wait for all the satellites to come in. So we're going to take over at this point with the screen recording. So we will be back at the
home point
end of the
has been
flight for some
updated.
conclusions,
Please
folks.
check it on the map.
All right, folks. We have 12 satellites here, so we're going to take off because it really only ever gets to like 12. Now it's up to 13, 12, 13 on the ground. And when you take off, it'll slowly pop up to where a minute or two you'll be up to about 19. So okay, we got our what do you call it? Our thing there shows us the light there. Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on everything here. I shouldn't even mention that. So we're recording already, and let me stop that recording for a second here. I didn't mean to record that. I hit a button by accident. So let's go down here and get this off. This is going to be, we're basically just going to use screen recording here. So let's save on the video here and go for more basic 10K 30 style video here. So let's go ahead and take off here. We have worked our way up to still 13 satellites, so we're going to do a takeoff here with that automatic takeoff button. All right.
The home point has been updated.
Up in the air
Please
now.
check it on the map.
Okay, she's hovering at about 3.6 feet off the ground here, which looks about right here. Our histogram looks good in the middle there. The thing I couldn't remember what it was called before. And we should have a good screen record. I'm going to record video too. What the heck, right? And we've already moved up. Well, we're still at 13 satellites, still bouncing back between 12 and 13. So she has a real good hover here. Now, some people say that it may not be that it's locked in GPS. It may just be the fact that it has real good optical flow. So now I'm walking beside it and see the optical avoidance working here. Like I'm in front of it now, and you can see that red lines on the screen. All that optical avoidance sense of me moving around here. Okay, so we're still, at about 12 satellites here, but let's take it up a little bit. Okay, we're moving up. We're about 30 feet up now. And satellites 14, 15, 16. So it just doesn't do well low to the ground. So, it's not moving up there. So, okay, the first thing we just want to test is we got this update. We're just going to move out here and just see if it's flying well before we do anything else. Most important thing is it's flying well and responding to the sticks over anything else. And it seems to be. Okay, let's go up a little bit higher. All right. Now this added, I'm going to show you here in a second, this added the ability to change your EXPO. Now you go under control and you go down to almost near the bottom where there's an advanced. Actually, it's the last thing you choose because last thing's a flight tutorial. So go down to advanced and there's your EXPO. So you can change your EXPO. I have it normal now, but you can change it sport or cine also. But we have it normal. Now I adjusted mine a little bit. I had in the iOS version of the Fly app 1.51, you could adjust the EXPO in there also. Only the iOS version, and I think my adjustment stuck that I put in there. But anyhow, so we're going to back out of this, and we're going to go back to our flight screen here, and you see, we got everything going here. Everything's good. Dr. Auto here. So let's got a person walking down the beach there, so we'll make sure we avoid him. All right, so let's just kind of fly along these dunes here. Let's go up just a little bit higher here. Okay, we're up about 100 feet down. Now we're up to 18 satellites, so we should be real good here. So let's cruise on down over these dunes here. We'll get out over the beach here, get away from this building here. We're nowhere near that building. We got obstacle avoidance, but all right, so we're cruising down there. It was awful cloudy earlier, but we got some blue sky up here, so it turned out nice for the video. All right, so we're cruising along. We're not really going that fast, so here we're building up some speed here. We're normal mode here, not sport mode. But she seems to be flying fine, responding to the sticks fine, holding altitude. Let me take hands off the stick and see what happens. Because some of the problems with drifting and stuff before when you move is when you took hands off the sticks. But I have the hands completely off the sticks now. And she seems to be, studies the rock up there, not moving. The horizon looks good. Said no drifting, no crooked horizon, no camera bumps yet. So, the usual stuff. So let's yaw it around here. I've got my yaw slowed down here to be more cinematic. So those numbers stuck too. So, what's kind of come back to me in sport mode. You see, we got people walking by the shore here, but I'm going to stay in the middle of the beach here. We're going to put over the sport mode and come back and see how it flies in sport mode. And we're up to 45 miles per hour. So I must have the wind at my back. It's not really windy, but yeah, look, it's just motoring along here in sport mode. It's almost a steady 45 miles per hour. So, yeah, everything, it seems to be, flying very well. No issues, whatsoever with the flying of the drone. Let's kind of yaw back again, see where we're at. We're just a little bit past ourselves here. We're not far away at all here, 500 feet. So, okay, let's check something out here. Okay, now here's something. We'll get a picture here of this building here. It's Allen House. What we're going to do is we're going to stop the video for a second and record a video. And we're going to go back to the camera settings, the three dots at the upper right hand of the screen. And we're going to get the three dots to go in the camera. Now, okay, see you have your video settings. What we want to do is go over to our camera settings. So we have to go back to the main screen and hit the icon on the right side above the record button. Change that to here. Change it to photo. A little slow to the touch there, but okay, it did it now. So what we want to do here is, if we don't want a whole bunch of photo, I'm lining the photo up here ahead of time. We'll go over here, and now we see where it says format at the top. Before we only had two options, JPEG and JPEG plus RAW, but squeezed in the middle there. Now we have the RAW feature, which is activated by default here. I guess I must have switched to. I think I was using an iPhone and did the update, but somehow it's already on the RAW feature. So, so if you want to just take a JPEG photo, a lot of people don't edit photos really; they just want a JPEG. So we're going to go back here and take a good JPEG, and then you can kind of touch the screen there to kind of focus a little bit. So we're going to focus on Allen House there. And see the lines on the building there. It's showing that it's maybe a little bit too, bright there. So let's take it down a little bit here. Okay, it's just sun hitting that, so it's always going to be highlighted. So we're going to do this again and hit. Okay, so we took one photo, but now if we want to go back into there and say we want to go in the RAW photos, and then come back here, we could even go here and take some bracketed raw photos. So we're going to take three auto exposure brackets, and what that's going to do is it's going to take the first bracket's going to be what the camera thinks is, or the drone is, the properly exposed photo. Then it's going to shoot one of the exposures a stop under, and then the third one's going to be a stop over. So if you got your exposure wrong, you're still going to be okay, because it's going to get either end. So one of them's going to be good. So look at that. We lost a little sun since we took that last photo. So this one doesn't look quite as good. So maybe you see that little sun, you could take that and drag it up and change the exposure like that too by dragging that sun up and down. So we're going to drag it a little bit up because we got less sun on this picture. Okay, so here we hit the button. It takes a series of 3 photos very quickly, and you hear a different sound than you did on the single one. So yeah, and let's see, I probably could have, for a better composer, I probably could have yawed that maybe like this. The yaw's still pretty fast here. I thought I had that just. So let's try that one more time. We got a little bit of a rule thirds going on there. Okay, so that's the big thing in the camera settings here, and I'm going to probably just turn this back to single JPEG for now, since we're not really, if we take any pictures, we're not really worried about RAWs and auto bracket at this point. Okay, so we tried out a couple things there that had changed, and now I'm probably not going to shoot one of these But they did add, if you go back to that little button above the record button, we have the settings here. Master shot. They have master shots in there, which we're going to get that in a second. Quick shots, which still aren't working yet. See feature coming soon. Sorry, didn't mean to get up there. Pano feature coming soon, but hyperlapse is there now. So here's the tutorial on how to use hyperlapse. It shows you what to do with the sticks. You set the parameters, aircraft, automatic shoot, and create a hyperlapse video. You have a couple different types. You have 4 different types of hyperlapse videos. You had a free one where you could just move it around all on your own. You have a circular one where it's going to do a hyperlapse as maybe orbiting something. Then you have a course lock, which you can set the course that the drone is going to fly on during, the hyperlapse, and you have a waypoints one you can assign waypoints. So each one gets a little bit harder because you got to do more pre-planning. So a hyperlapse, to get a good one, you could take up a lot of your battery net. So we have time at the end, maybe we'll come back and do one, but we're not going to do one for now because it's kind of battery consuming, and we're down to 66% already. So and see at the bottom there, you can change other things, your interval of photos, the length of the photos, and the maximum speed or whatever. So that's other adjustments you can make. But for right now, we're going to get out of master shots. Out of that, and we're going to go back to master shots here. So master shots is a thing where it based on the subject and distance, aircraft will automatically shoot a number of clips and create a master shot. So maybe what we'll do is we'll come over here to Lucy the Elephant, and let me get right back to where I am here. I'm just a few feet away. So we have, Lucy the Elephant here. Poor Lucy's going through a big remodel this winter. They've got her all encased in all this stuff. So let's get up to like a safe height here. Make sure nobody's around down there, which I don't see a soul down there. So we're up over 200 and some feet now. See the cars out in the street, they have the dots over it. So what those pluses mean is I could hit the thing and track those things. Of course, you shouldn't track a moving car unless it's your own car. But anyways, so okay, we're in master shots here. So let's start a master shot. Tap around the box here. Okay. Okay, check area and flight right here. We're real high. Nobody's around except for me. And let's start. You can always stop these things. Okay, I'm going to go. Okay, you can set parameters here. So medium width, medium length. Okay, start. Insignificant storage. Okay, I don't have enough storage on my memory card. So, let's, I don't know. I guess let's get out of this and, where is the drone now? Let's get this drone kind of back to us. It's right above my head. Okay, let's get this drone back and let's get out of this mode here. Well, I don't think we have to get out of the mode. Let's just go up to, here's some tricks here. Here's format here. Let's go back to camera. Go all the way down here to format. So it's telling me my SD card, I have 2 gigs available. So I've moved everything from here over to the, to the computer or whatever. So I don't need anything here. So let's format it here. Okay, let's select SD card to format. I could have just moved all this over to the internal storage, which I didn't think of quick enough. I could just do this on internal storage, but the only thing we've lost is the, couple things I've taken, pictures I've taken here, which were kind of for reference purposes only. So, okay, it looks like we've got it all formatted here. Okay, so let's move back to to Lucy again here. And let's try our big hyperlapse. Our big, what do you call it? Master shots. Okay, start. All right. I don't know what it wants me to do here. Estimated time. Flight level will reach maximum flight altitude. Lower aircraft or altitude settings. Okay, see if that's low enough.
3, 2.
Okay, it was. I had
1.
it too high before. I didn't know there was a height restriction. So I'm watching this thing. So if it flies out over the street or anything, I will stop it with that X button before it gets to do anything it should do. So otherwise, I'm the only one here. There's nobody around, no cars moving. So it's going through its motions here. It's circling far. I think they said it would take two minutes to do. So I see that it seems to have switched the resolution to 4K. And it's just moving around. See the little green like kind of flag in the middle? That's the point of interest flag. So we're looking like we're 57% done. I'm going by the red X on the right-hand side of the screen as it's counting down. So, yeah, we're motoring along here, 64%. And of course, my big histogram's in the way in the middle here. I don't dare touch that now in case it's going to mess this thing up here. So sorry, it's blocking a little bit of Lucy there. So Master Shots was a feature that was first introduced, with the DJI Air 2S that came out in the spring of this year. So it's still kind of a relatively new feature, and it basically combines a lot of different, quick shot modes or whatever all into one to create like a little mini masterpiece here. So we're 90% done. It's doing that thing where it twirls around. I forget what that quick shot's called. Now it's leveling the camera up, and it looks like it's almost done here. So we got a nice shot of the beach there, a top down on Lucy, drone's coming down. So, and it's returning, which it's almost over my head now before it returned, so it's not much return to do. Uh-oh, it's playing the video back already. Look at the little box. It was starting to play it back. See, okay, so I think that worked out pretty successfully. So let's see if we could do a, let's get out of Master Shots and try something else. Okay, out of Master Shots, go back to video. Okay, there we go. Now some things here, like, let's raise it up a little bit here. Now some things, okay, we're going to get into the mode is called, I'm fumbling for words here. I said at the very beginning, the mode where you draw a box on something and you have a bunch of options. So let's draw a box around Lucy there. And there, active track, I can do spotlight, active track, or a point of interest. So let's do spotlight, I guess. I'm trying to figure out how to do an orbit, and I've already messed up here. I always have trouble getting these things. These are great features, but I can never get them working. Okay. Point of interest. Tap go, and the aircraft will circle the object automatically, but you have to do it quick, I think. So, Where is the go button? Like I don't see a go button. I always struggle on these things. Sorry, folks. Is that the go button? The record button's a go button? Okay. There we go. Yeah, I always struggle getting these things. You have to hit the buttons at precisely the right time. And, okay, there it's doing the, the automatic orbit of Lucy. So see, it does it like perfect orbit. And I'm probably going to stop it because it's going to get near the street here. Okay, we stopped it early because it got near the street. But let's do it again. And we'll go the other direction and a little bit faster. So, folks, even if you're around things, you can easily stop it if it's going to get near traffic or anything like that. So, okay, we're doing a little bit faster, orbit around good old Lucy. All right, again, we're getting near the street here, so we're going to stop it. Alrighty, so that's your point of interest mode. And see, in the middle of the screen, we have that little green flag again, our marker, and then we can hit the little X to get rid of it. So now we're out of, that feature. Again, I always forget. I said active track, but it's not called active track. It's something else. I'll put it in the bottom. I always said at the beginning, but I can never remember all these names. So, okay, let's come out over the beach here again. I have the active track thing, and how much time do I have left? I have like 38% battery life. So I don't have any cars or anything good to track. I don't have an e-bike or anything. So, maybe I'll track myself. All right, folks. So we're going to try the active track again. So we're going to draw a box around myself. All right, it sees me. Active track. Go. Okay. Does it have me? I believe it does. Yep, it's following along. Sorry, I'm not going to run or anything. But, yep, it's tracking me right along here. It's not losing me. Let me get behind a sign here. See if it loses me. Nope, I couldn't shake it by diving behind that sign. Let me go over here. See if I get in the sun more, if it loses me. That's still doing good. Let me go over here by these steps and hide. Okay, I'm hiding behind this thing here. Oh, look. It still has me. Even though I walk behind these things there, this is definitely improved from what it used to be. Used to be you could lose it real easy. Alrighty, well this is pretty impressive so far. So it's kind of nice. If you got going out the beach, something like that, you can just have it follow you rather than fly it. Alright, so we're going to stop that tracking. It obviously works pretty good. You can go behind objects. Okay, tap that to get that off of me. Okay, so let's go out here again. And it's flying beautifully. I mean, I haven't seen a camera bump yet or, anything, any drifting, any of the issues I was having before. Crooked horizon, none of that's here now. we kind of get rid of some of those pictures we took earlier? Let's go back and see if we could take another picture. Let's kind of go up and out a little bit. And what's so we've got some interesting clouds there. So let's get a horizon straight there. Maybe we're going to go up a little bit. Okay, and we're going to stop that video. And I'm using the regular controller here. I do have the RC Pro here, and I will use that in the next video I make on this. But I'm using the standard controller here today. And on the right-hand side, you have above the stick, you have a button above the stick and to the right. You have a little button where you can switch it from camera to video. And I was using the screen the whole time, but I will use the physical button to change it over to the camera. And I think I hit it twice. It's got a little delay too. Okay, so now I'm on photos. So we should be in JPEG. So we're going to tap that building again here. And our histogram looks pretty good. So we're going to snap that picture there. It's remember, that's just a JPEG now. And I don't have to take JPEGs plus RAWs. Well, I can always just take JPEGs. But, you know, so we got that photo there. So that's a pretty good photo. So how about we come over here and we just get a standard photo of Lucy. And we got a normal mode again for flying here. Let's see if we can get one with kind of like the sun hitting Lucy good or something. Or actually, kind of the sunset behind us hitting Lucy. And remember too, if you want to get a little tighter on a subject now, you do have the zoom feature. See the overexposure in top of the window there. So how about we hit the FM button on the left hand side, and let's go. Oh, we got to activate our binoculars. Okay, and let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, we zoomed in a stop there, and let's get a little bit closer. Even fly the drone a little closer, so get a little bit better exposure there. Alrighty, gimbal down a little bit more. Tap the focus on Lucy, and of course you can't hardly see anything of Lucy anymore. Let's go way over Lucy and give her a top down. I mean, they've really, the last time I was here, the hoopah was still exposed, but not this time. They really got her wrapped up tight. Okay, I declined that battery warning because I mean you see the drones like 140 feet away from me. It's like and it could land at my feet practically. So let's get that backside here because we got a little bit more exposure. Okay, let's tap it again. Yeah, Lucy's all wrapped up. So let's go up here a little bit. Do a really downward motion. We're low battery. We're on 15% left, and you know when it gets under 10%, it will start landing on its own. So we will definitely get it landed before then. Again, it's 100. It's right beside me. So why don't we maybe get a sunset one here before we end this flight here? So I'm trying to get the proper angle. There's you get some of those nice clouds over the ocean. Get it in the 4/3 roll here, and we don't. Boom. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing landed on the ground here since it's screaming at us a little bit. And folks, I'm going to be talk a little less here as I'm landing. I'm going to do a manual land here on a picnic table, no less, at the beach here. I have the landing pad down, but it's easier to hit the picnic table than the landing pad, and of course the picnic table is free of sand also. All right, so we're almost down on the picnic table. The tip is to put this thing in the city mode to land, but
landing. No
issues today since there's no wind blowing it around. All right, so we had the drone safely on the ground again here. We had basically a trouble-free free flight, you know, I had a few issues here on the getting the FocusTrack. That's what I couldn't say earlier. I had a few a few moments here I couldn't get the FocusTrack to you know, the work, and it was all user error on my part. It works great on the drone. Any issues are Ron Brown errors and not the drone. So I want to thank you everybody for joining me for the first you know, test flight here, you know, the new software for the Mavic 3, and we will be testing again in the near future. So I'm going to end the screen recording here, and I will see you all in the next video.